Hey there, welcome to day 28 of Step by Step September. My name is Mary. Today is our final walk of this series. As I've mentioned with other walks, if you have access to a spin bike, an elliptical, a rowing machine, you can hop on one of those pieces of equipment rather than going for a walk or using a treadmill. You can also do a faster paced workout. We're going to walk for the guided piece, but if you wanted to increase your pace and maybe run or do some speed intervals or really hard intervals on a rower or something like that, totally an option as well. Let's go ahead and get into our final walk of the series. So as we've done with our previous walks, we're going to go ahead and start at a more moderate pace and just kind of settle into things, kind of warm up our bodies a little bit. And then we're going to increase speed or pace, decrease pace. We'll just go bounce back and forth between going a little faster and going at a more recovery pace. So yeah, hope that you're having a great day so far, or if it's evening for you, that you had a great day and that your evening or night is going well, and looking forward to heading to bed soon or having dinner or whatever you've got going on after our walk today. I cannot believe that we just have 2 more days left to after today of this series. It's been such a fun journey for me. I hope that it's been a really enjoyable journey for you as well. Appreciate the comments that folks are leaving. We always like to know how things are feeling to you and what's working well for you. If anything in it doesn't work well for you, we'd love to hear that too. Any kind of feedback is helpful. The best way we know how to continue to offer things that work well for you is knowing, hey, this doesn't work well. It'd be cool to try something like this. So if you ever have any ideas, or you're like, man, I'm wanting a little bit more in a different way, let us know. If it's something that's within our scope, we'll definitely put something together. We want to make sure that this community is getting the things that you're wanting and needing. So yeah. And if we have about 30 more seconds here at this pace, and then we'll increase a little bit. I do also work with folks one-on-one, so if you're ever looking for a little bit more individualized stuff, please don't hesitate to reach out. There is a link in the description that has information on how to hop over and book a consultation or even a session if you'd like. So yeah, if that's ever something you're interested in, just know that I do that as well, and we'll be happy to chat with you. The consultation is free, so don't hesitate to hop in there if you'd like. All right, we'll go ahead and increase the pace. I will stop the sales pitch for now. Not really much of a sales pitch, but just always like to let folks know that we do offer more. So yeah. All right, so we're gonna go a little bit more brisk. Again, like I mentioned in the intro, if you wanted to do a run or a jog or a sprint on the bike or something, definitely could do that as well. The walking is just what we're doing, but this, try to make it, offer up different options that we can do as well to kind of, work with what you might enjoy or find to be a more desirable piece of equipment for yourself or pace. So yeah, I do love walking. I think I've said that before. It's one of those things I just try to walk, a few times a day, just get some steps in, get outside. Curious if that's the same for you, or if as part of this series, this journey that we're on together, if you've increased your walking through this, if you're like, yeah, that's been my favorite piece is doing the walks. I like to toss in different types of movement, so structuring the day-to-day a little bit differently. So throwing in some stretching, adding in the walking or this cardio piece of things, going from intense intervals to more strength-focused body weight stuff, just so we get more comprehensive whole body approach to things. It's all equally important. They all have their purpose. So I always want to make sure we'll keep this pace for another 5 or so seconds, and then we'll lower it down just a bit, kind of recover in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Just always trying to switch it up so that if you are, planning to extend this and keep going, Maybe there were some movements throughout the series that you really liked and you wanted to incorporate it into your current exercise routine, or you want to use them to build one. Is that I always encourage folks to be really mindful about adding in a variety of things. So really definitely incorporating stretching, doing some sort of walking like this, or endurance movement. So that could be just riding a bike or running, elliptical, anything like that, to hit all the systems of our body, because we have multiple. We got about 12 or so seconds at this, and then we'll move the pace up again. Our body needs to be moved in a variety of different ways for its health. All right, go ahead and increase that pace again. And longevity, things like that. So working on muscular strength, muscular endurance, cardiovascular, which we're doing right now, and then mobility and flexibility to help keep our muscles and our joints limber and pliable as much as we can. That really helps. The combination of them all actually really helps reduce injury risk, actually can increase the quality of years in our life, reduce pain. It's very healthy for the internal system, so helping with lowering risk for cardiovascular disease and complications and that kind of thing. So there's just a number of benefits that the variety of exercises that we can do for our body really helps with. So that's why throughout this series, I've been tossing in different things throughout the week so that we make sure we're getting all of that stuff in. I enjoy certain things more than others. As I've talked, we got about another minute at this pace. As I've talked about, particularly with the stretching, I really struggle with that. And a lot of people do. A lot of the clients I work with one-on-one, they also struggle with the stretching piece. So if you noticed yourself being like, stretching, I don't know if I have time for this, I know I need to do it more, just know you're not alone in that. I'm right there with you, just really working to stay consistent with my own habit in that way. So we all got things we're working on, just constantly trying to grow and move forward in a variety of different ways in our lives. So not even necessarily with our physical fitness, but in other ways. Maybe you're working on other habits too, like reading more or sleeping, having a more consistent sleep schedule. Just a variety of things we can do. We got about 4 more seconds and we'll drop the pace back down. In 3, 2, 1. Okay. Yeah. So that was a lot of information to toss out there. Yeah, I'm hoping that you're finding it helpful. Ooh. If you are someone who is in the areas of the country that are have been impacted recently by a hurricane, hope that you're doing okay and you're staying safe. You may not be watching this today if you're having power outage issues on the day that this goes live on the 29th for our day 28. But yeah, I definitely hope that you're safe and your loved ones are safe and that everything is okay for you. We're gonna go ahead and increase our pace again in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, we've had some pretty heavy rains where we're at here in Central Virginia. Fortunately, not super heavy winds or anything, just on and off rain. But we've had moments where we've been like, man, it's a little spooky. We're grateful we're up on the 6th floor, but also we're on the top floor of the building that we live in, and so we hear the rain hitting the roof. So my heart goes out to everyone who's right there where it's hitting hard. So yeah, if you or your loved ones are in those areas, just know that we're sending out the good energy to you so that you're hopefully staying safe and doing okay throughout this time. Oh man. Right, so you probably have noticed, but we're doing 2 minutes at a fast pace, 1 minute at a recovery pace. We can alternate these however we want. So if you're finding like, I'd like to do 3 minutes to 1 minute, just make the adjustments that work best for you. These aren't set in stone. Just like to give a little bit of a guideline, so we have some guardrails to work within, but just know that the flexibility is really there for you. Going as long of that interval that you want, taking as much of the rest that you want, and really making it your own, so that the workout feels like it's a fit for you, and not like you're trying to jam yourself into some sort of structured, rigid program that is available out there. Okay, we got about 10 seconds left, and we'll drop the pace again. All right, in 3, 2, 1. We have one more increase in the pace, then we'll drop it down and do our cool down and be done with our final walk for the day. So we got about 45 seconds or so left to get this recovery in. And then we'll move a little bit quickly again, and then we'll cool it down. I'd be curious to know, if you're interested in sharing and you have one, what has been your favorite day of the series so far? Was there one particular workout that we did that you're like, man, that one rocked, I really loved it, I loved the way I felt? Was there anything in particular that you've really enjoyed the most about this? If you're, again, feel comfortable, let's go ahead and increase our pace. Okay. Last time at this. For our last round, if you want, you can up it, a couple more points if you'd like. So if you're on a treadmill, bumping it up, 0.1 or 0.2 higher than what you've been at. If you're outside, just moving a little bit faster than you've noticed. If you want, not necessary. As I was saying before I mentioned that, is like, if you feel comfortable sharing, would love to know what's been, you're like, day 12 was absolute fire for me. I loved it so much. Would love to know that. Okay. And also, where you've been doing your workouts. Have you been noticing you're doing them at home? Is it easier for you to, step outside into a park or in your backyard? We got about 1 more minute at this pace. Your backyard. Are you doing them at a gym? What are some of those locations that we've got going on? I obviously do mine from home. What time of day are you doing it? Just getting them done before you head to work? You dropping them in during lunchtime? Throughout the day? What's been working best for you? All right, about 35 more seconds. Ooh. I'm getting a little sweaty. I'm gonna say this, wearing a fleece jacket maybe wasn't inside the best idea. It was cold when I started, and now my body's very warm, so we're almost done though, so I can do this. We can persevere through this very mild discomfort of the heat that my body is feeling with this jacket. All right, let's go ahead and bring that pace back down. We'll cool it down. Got about a minute at this pace, and then we'll be finished for this walk today. Totally random. I've been listening to this podcast series called Against the Odds, and it's these amazing stories of people who get in these really sticky situations, very dangerous. Sticky is a very big understatement, and then survive it. I listened to the whole series on that soccer team in Thailand that got stuck in the cave. Wow, just amazing. So if you're ever looking for an interesting story, this is not an advertisement for it. I just have been listening to it, kind of like binging. I just found it, but it's been on for a couple of years at this point, and I've been just like every time I'm listening to something, it's that. So if you're looking for something interesting and just about the incredible resiliency of people, cannot recommend it more highly. And if you have any recommendations, I would love to hear them. Let's go ahead and stop. I would love to hear them. I'm always in the market for books, playlists, podcasts, all of that. So yeah. All right, that is our walk for the day. Thank you so much for joining me. We've got a couple more days left. I'm looking forward to the final 2 days of our time together for this series. It's not the end. Please like, subscribe, turn on notifications so you know when the new videos are coming out. Check us out on our website at wellwithinstudio.com for more information about the other services that we offer. Again, thank you so much for being here today. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Take kind care of yourself.